Mnangagwa faction seems to have taken things, very, very far, and they are seemingly determined to actually push to the corner the Blessed Geza revolution. And you understand, when I speak about the Blessed Geza revolution, I also include retired General Chwenga, as well as also, everybody, war veterans who are seemingly behind them. We know that at the center of this struggle is the Blessed Geza revolution, and that is the revolution that a lot of people are pinning their hopes on. Sorry about that. To be frankly, the opposition can be useful, but without the people who knows how ZANU-PF systems work, it will be very, very impossible for the opposition to win this battle. Look at the exposés that are happening at the moment. We're not going to know about the role played by Mbuso Fuzwayo as well as Ipechuliga Zulu if it is not for the Blessed Geza revolution. We're not going to be aware of more precision application if there was no Blessed Geza revolution in place. People think that Blessed Geza is done. It's not done. The man is working hard behind the scenes. And I must tell you, Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa is shortening his time in office. Just watch the space. Now, will his use of the judiciary system, as well as also his use of the opposition, that obviously is led by hungry people, and non-governmental organizations that are led by hungry people, such as Mbuso Fuzwayo, going to actually make Mnangagwa be successful with his 2030 resolution? That is the mind-boggling question. Will they determine, will their actions determine the succession outcome of ZANU-PF? Has that ever happened historically? That's how you need to assess this in order to come up with a proper conclusion. Now, succession is not a new thing in ZANU-PF. It has happened as chaotic as it happens, but it has happened before numerous times. And Robert Gabriel Mugabe was brought in by the military when there was also this kind of disorder within ZANU-PF. So it has actually been the character of ZANU-PF to move in such a way. So my live broadcast seeks to address a very, very simple question. Now it has been exposed beyond reasonable doubt that the key people from Mnangagwa is Sengezo Chabangu, is the judiciary of Zimbabwe, and in this case maybe Mbuso Fuzwayo, and most probably more precision and other actually applications that may be launched. But the question is Mnangagwa going to be assisted by this? Now, to notice that already Mnangagwa is suffering defeat. The faction of Mnangagwa and Zikanandas, they are suffering defeat. Look at this. Who is behind the exposure of these actually documents by the judiciary? Who is behind the exposure of the role that is being played by Sengezo Chabangu, as well as also Mbuso Fuzwayo? Who is behind this? Now, do you think that if the Blessed Geza revolution was weak, we were going to be aware of this very, very crucial information of more precision, and others who have been paid monies to launch these fake legal challenges? We would not, if the opposition was actually attacking. I saw also most of the leaders of the opposition commenting on the latest developments that have been exposed so far about the plan of Emerson Mnangagwa to actually make the 2030 resolution to be a national policy, so to speak, to be transformed into law that will see Emerson Mnangagwa's term extended. Now, watch this. What is going to happen is that already where Zimbabwe is, they are slowly but overstretching the other faction. And the response would be so prompt and would be so swift in terms of stopping Emerson Mnangagwa. And it's a shame, and it's actually a pity to this organization, Ipechulika Zulu, as well as individuals such as Mbuso Fuzwayo. And he should learn from Sengezo Chabang. Where is Sengezo Chabang? As much as Mnangagwa is still using him, where is he? He is battling with colon cancer, being treated in India. And the colon cancer in Zimbabwe, it is known where actually how people get it. Most of the opposition figures or most of the activists that have opposed the regime have died because of colon cancer in Zimbabwe. So this shows Sengezo Chabang. It's consequential, by the way. It's not a natural, it's not something natural that happened. Definitely it is because of entering the political terrain of ZANU-PF. Remember, I have said, why is also the information leaking? All the plans of Emerson Mnangagwa, as well as Vikananda's, somewhere, somehow, they are leaking. We get as a nation to be updated about what they are up to today. We know we know about these challenge court applications, and we know the intended purpose and the ulterior motives of these court applications. You can see that Blessed Geza is not just an individual. He is, he is working with a strong network. A network that infiltrates each and every corner of the faction of Emerson Mnangagwa. Even within the judiciary, they are contacts that quickly raises flag and say, hey, there is something amiss here. There is an application that has been brought. It is en route to the Constitutional Court. And they have all the details of how things have been planned and what is the purpose. And do you think that people with such know-how then do not have the capacity to eventually stop Emerson Mnangagwa? I'm thinking when it comes to Mnangagwa, they are just letting him play. He is watched, he is under surveillance, left, right, and center. Of course, Zikanandas think they are in control, but from the look of things, they are definitely not in control. Information is leaking left, right, and center. And very private information. We get to know about it, and some of them, they will come confessing, or actually events that are unfolding will testify to the fact that the information that is on the public domain is essentially what is happening. So in my view, in my humble submission, I think Emerson, the faction of retired General Chuenga, or the Blessed Geza revolution, is by far ahead of Emerson Mnangagwa. It is seemingly not ahead, but from the look of things, these people are far ahead. And I'm beginning to think that they also know when exactly they will deal with Mnangagwa, what exactly would be the last moves of Emerson Mnangagwa. Remember, if you are assessing this situation vis-a-vis the situation of 2017, in 2017, retired General Chuenga with military generals they convene a press conference They complain about the mutilation of the Constitution by the G40. Watch this. The G40, over a few days, laughs at them, including individuals like Professor Jonathan Moy, and even the state media covers a story lambasting retired General Chueng. Caption this: he spoke, there was a backlash in what he said, and eventually within a very short space of time, we see retired General Chuenga stamping his authority, and Robert Gabriel Mugabe is removed. Look at where we are now. Retired General Chuenga has presented a dossier detailing the corruption that is done by Zwikanandas. And not only stopped there, ordered Emmerson Tambutso Mnangagwa to ensure that these Zwikanandas are arrested. What does Mnangagwa do? He treats retired General Chuenga as someone who doesn't think. He goes ahead, he appoints Gudawa Shetakure into the Central Committee, and also the brothers of Wicknell Chivayo. They are actually co-opted into Harare province as a way of showing retired General Chuenga that he is a non-entity. And if you look at what happened in 2017 and what is happening now, it is almost similar, but obviously taking a different posture. In 2017, we had a press conference that was called by the military chefs. In 2025, we've got a dossier that was presented to Emmerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. The actual crafters of that document remains even unknown to Emmerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. But that document was not a document coming from retired General Chuenga alone. Though it did not have faces who actually care, document. Of course, Ziambi claimed they are aware of the people and where where and when the document was written. But if they were aware, they would actually, as pompous as they are, they would release all the details, just like the other faction. It is exactly doing so. So, from the look of things, at the moment, we are at a very, very critical moment. We are at what we call at crossroads. Anything from now onwards can actually swiftly happen. And this is actually the choice that has been made by Mnangagwa. He has refused to actually relinquish power peacefully. He wants to fight to stay in power, and definitely a measure of force will be used to make sure that Emmerson Tambutso Mnangagwa is removed. And I have said this over and I will repeat it over again, that the Blessed Geza revolution is still up and running. Don't worry about this judiciary fiasco, these Mbuso Fuzwayo guys. It's a drama that has to happen to usher the removal of Emmerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa is going, whether he likes it or not. Definitely he is going. He is at the edge of actually his time. Thank you very much for watching us. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. So is signing off. Let me love and leave you.